what were this your new wife, like, what did you notice in her or see in her, or all that jazz? Like, what is it about her?
It's no shock. I like crazy women. We were out at a club and she had pulled a ring out. I think it was her grandmother's ring, and she put it on her finger, and she put it on Facebook. And on Facebook the next day, it got like 968 likes or something like that.
Right.
And I'm like, man, everybody think I proposed to you.
Right.
And it was just like, why not? Like, everybody come up. I mean, my parents called me the next day, like, wow, it was nice of you to told us. And, and so we just went along with the thing, like, all right, cool.
Oh, wow.
Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, man, and that's another topic, but it's just a lot of times, if people know the truth and they know, not saying we didn't have no good times, but one of the things I learned was, in 6 months, it's like really getting to find out if a girl, like, this is the metaphor is. In 6 months, you're finding out, is that your hair? Or is that not? That's what, but she always had her real hair. But that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're dating someone, there's certain things you find out in 6 months. And when we got married in 6 months, what happened was we were still learning each other, and it was a lot of things like, man, you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's not all right. Okay, whatever. Like, fighting through all of that, and then like I said, both of us wanted to make it. Some of us wanted it a certain type of way, and some of us, and when we start looking at the vision, it's like it wasn't going to work. You know what I'm saying? Especially we didn't have family around us. Like, that's something that people don't understand. You moved to Hollywood. We moved out here with a family. We moved out here with kids. Yeah. Then we had an addition who's my daughter now. So you have friends, but that's not the core family, because friends ain't gonna put the time in and deal with the calls and try to fix certain things. Right. Back home was the home setting of where family could have been like, hey, what are y'all doing? That's not, or friends that know us personally close. We didn't have any of that. So that's why that was what it was.
Yeah. What I know you like you said, you just went along with it, because like, oh well, I guess we don't have nothing better to do. But what were you looking for in a? Because you weren't really looking for a wife. That's the thing. You weren't really looking to be married.
You know what it was? Man, I was a savage going up to that situation. You know what happened to me? Listening to stupid quotes when people like, you don't want to be that old guy in the club. So I remember like when it happened, I was like, I gotta do this now.
How old were you? How old were you at that time?
30. I was 30. I just turned 30.
Okay.
So I was like, I gotta do this now, because what happened was, so I was living in Harlem, and there was I don't remember the girl. There was some girl that was at the house, and I remember I was just like, I woke up and I was like, yo, why don't you make us something to eat? And I'm like, why don't you make us something to eat? Like, I'm hungry. Like, it was breakfast or something, and she was like, not to say I could, because I don't want people to think I'm chauvinistic. Like, she'd have asked me, I'd have made it too. But she was like, well, nah, let's just go downstairs and get an egg and bacon sandwich from the deli. And I was like, nah, I can't keep doing this. I was like, every girl I have over here keeps telling me to go to the deli to get an egg cheese sandwich, when they can just go get the bread, put it in the toaster, and go make some simple eggs and bacon right over there. Like, I'm like, nah, I don't want to be that old guy in the club. I need me a wife. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, I need not a wife. I need me a relationship. And when me and her got together, we like we met at a woman's shelter and doing a show, and we was, we were having hella fun, like, cause we not getting to each other's stage, so we were having hella fun, going to stages, comedy shows, traveling together, and everything was cool because we was in the Bronx, like it was the rooms in New York was different. You go to rooms, like challenge each other, who gonna do better, come home, talk about it. And then it's like, what happened was, like I said, and then, with the kids, we always was leaving her kids with her family. So it was like, when we came to LA, when we got married, and then we moved to LA, was when I remember things started to change because for her, as a female comedian, it was like, oh, the road is harder. I need to be. I remember her saying, you know, like I gotta look. Same thing I was saying, like I gotta look available, or these guys ain't trying to give me no shows because I got you, and it was a combustion of a lot of that, you know. So, you know, like I said, had we both discussed and had these discussions, maybe things would have been different. But I don't knock it because I wouldn't be where I'm at today had we got married and moved to LA. So the marriage helped us get to our dream. Maybe that's just the God was like, all right, y'all get married, y'all go to LA, y'all gonna split. And that's it. And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what the deal was. Y'all amazing daughter, and y'all gonna split. Because I don't like when people get when they divorce, they be like, I wish I never ever. And you're like, well, you wishing bad on your daughter, on your child, and you gotta remember something like that had to happen for you to get to the next situation. So, you know, I'm happy now. All that happened because that every step is good. You know what I'm saying? Every step is good. That step was a steep step, but that step held me to. I had to do a lot of digging. I had to do a lot of dodging, a lot of fighting, to the point where I'm at now. So, you know, that's it all worked out.
Okay, so what were your new wife like? What is it that you know love about her? Like what made you kind of continue to go down that path to where like what did you notice in her or see in her or all that jazz? Like what is it about her?
It's no shock. I like crazy women. So I like crazy women. So she's definitely crazy. But one of the things that I liked that hit me off the mark with her was the hustle mentality. You know, when I was going through my my whole different change of me, one of the albums I bought, I'm not just saying it because of whatever, but this is true. You know, I bought Victory Lap. I was never a Nipsey Hussle fan, ever.
Right.
From New York, I was just like, who's this guy? So I remember one day on Instagram, I had seen this flyer for Victory Lap, and I heard, I don't mess with these rap brothers. You know, I don't want to say that word, but that was a song.
Right.
And I was like, yo, this song is hard.
Yeah.
And I listened to, what's the song YG? Last time that I checked. And that made me download the album. And man, this album was amazing. The hustle he was talking about, a lot of the things he was talking about. I don't know if you heard the album, but it was.
It's gym time. Every time, or leaving from work, I play it on my way home, driving from work. Yeah.
That intro, I'm like, this album is hard, you know. So a lot of that, when I'm listening to that album, I was starting my training business. I met her.
Yeah.
And as a client, and I asked my boy, I said, hey man, yo, hook me up with her, tell her I'll train her for free. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so that's how I got her. But what happened was, I didn't ask her to do this.
Right.
One day, she hit me up. She said, I got a surprise for you. So when I first one of our sessions, she jumps out the car and she got on this black halter top and these black sweatpants. And on the black sweatpants and halter top, it said Body by Nick. And I was like, wow, you got, and then she's like, you like it? I was like, yeah. Man, I went back to the house. I had 40 Body by Nick t-shirts, 40 Body by Nick pants, 40 Body by Nick. She helped me, even though I crashed that business because I didn't know something about no merch. That was that hustler mentality, like, why are you doing this for me? And she's like, I believe in you. I believe in your drive. And I had never heard her say that before because, let me tell you something, man, you know, I'm a very creative person. Yeah. And one of the things that's a turn off to me is no one believing in, like, do you see this back wall, all this? This is all built in the pandemic for my show. And the thing about it is, if you don't believe in my dreams, I can't be with you because my dreams will infuriate you because I'm trying to get there. But you have to understand it's gonna be a lot of rocky roads. So for her to do that, that was the number one thing that was like, why did you do this? And it was like, I believe in you.
Yeah.
Then the second thing was my daughter.
Okay.
When she first met her, she just was like, and you gotta remember, she has older kids. She got really down with my daughter was baking cupcakes for her and all that. Like they were having fun with that. And then, you know, a lot of stuff was happening court-wise, man. And she like, yo, she rode for me. She was my lawyer. I couldn't afford a lawyer. She won all my cases. Like she was studying books.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she went to war for me. So, I mean, at that point, you know, what more do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when you see that, what more do you want? You know, passionate about, you know, about my shows, passionate about my church, because she's a vet, you know, so in the county, so it's like all of that, she had my back. You know what I'm saying? She had my back. Yeah. Like if somebody do me wrong, man, it's like walking past somebody's house, they got a pit bull. And you try to make that, you like, hey, back up from the gate. That's what that is. So, that's just what that is.
Wow. So what type of, since you're getting all of this, and you had, like you said, you've never experienced that before, you never heard anybody say that, you know, to you, support, like, what does that do in your mind, you know, as far as you're going, well, I gotta, so to speak, meet the child or meet her at the same intensity that she is, you know, showing towards me? Like, what did that change, you know, for you as far as, okay, I gotta keep this up? Like, how did that work?
I went out and started learning how to drive.
How to drive? You couldn't drive before that?
License. I didn't know how to drive, so that was
New York.
You know, that was one.
Okay.
You know what it did? Like, look, I clearly it changed the guy who spoke to you 2013. You know, because you know what? It really was like, it's not about me anymore. I can't be. You know, when you move out here, and you've been out here before, so I think you understood. You went back. When you're out here, it's all about you. I gotta make it.
Yeah.
But nobody ever gives the definition of make it. What does make it mean? Make it mean you and your family make it.
Yeah.
All together. Your kids getting jobs and getting raises and getting promotions. Your daughter coming home, graduating classes and moving up to the next level. You and your wife making it another day is making it, you know? So it's so many different definitions. You know, a lot of people feel like making it like, man, I'm about to pop these bottles, but it's like, at the end of the day, we get so misconstrued watching commercials and watching a lot of rap videos and just stories that you're like, man, that's not even real. Cause it only lasts 50 seconds. Were you there? Were you ever there? I think you was there. Were you there? Yes, you was living out here. Remember when we all went to what's the name's birthday after the comedy show? Was it Tony's birthday party? It was
maybe.
And I remember having a conversation with Pusha T. Now I knew Pusha T, he didn't know me. I remember him asking, like, "Hey man, I see you doing your thing." I said, "Yo, I'm trying, man. I wasn't doing anything at that time." You know what I'm saying? I told him, and that moment lasted for 30 seconds. So it's like, when you really look at it, everybody that I remember that I spoke to in the club that night, every chick that I spoke to in that club that night, everyone that I spoke to, I remember seeing a lot of them working at places where I was like, wow, I thought you was, you're here, aisle 6, check on Clorox. But one of the things I remember going out that night, because you weren't there, like I said, we all went because at the time, we like when a headline comedian like a Tony says, let's go, you go. And I remember one thing I admire about you being there was I remember looking at you like, man, you don't want to drink nothing? Don't do nothing. You just sitting there. You were just more like, hey man, look man, just enjoy the book. Like, so, I look at that because that's me now. I'm the guy that's just like, hey man, this ain't real. I be telling so many comics and people that go, hey, like, yo, none of this is real, bro. It's all a screen. Just make your family work. That's
Yeah. Wow, man. Like that's like I said, man, perspective. Like, and you only get perspective, you get different perspectives at different points of your life because as you progress, you know more and you learn more and you experience more. So you see, you can have a perspective about whatever, a relationship at 30 that looks a lot different at 36. It looks completely different as far as how you move, how your family sees you moving
39.
At 30. Right, exactly. Same boat. How your family sees you move, at 30 versus 39. What you're talking about, what you're trying to, impress upon and instill in them. Do this, don't do this. Whether it pertains to money or how you treat people or I was telling my boys, they're 9 and 12. So they want to play together, but they want to play together. The 9-year-old wants them to do what he wants them to do. And then the 12-year-old wants them to do what he wants to do. So they get in these arguments. And I'm like, listen, you can argue and that can eat up all of your time because you only got, whatever, hour, 2 hours on the PlayStation. You can eat up most of your time arguing, or you can have a win-win type of attitude. Right now, you want to win. You want to play the game that you want to play. And it don't matter what your brother want to play. So he needs to sacrifice what he wants to do because you want to do it. You can do that, but you're going to spend your whole time arguing, or you can come into the situation with, let's get a win-win. So we can play my game for 10 minutes and then play your game for 10 minutes. That way, both of you get a chance to play. Both of you get a chance to play the game that you want to play. But you got to come into it with, let's have a win-win instead of just me, the only one winning. But that's the type of thing that I'm trying to put into them as it relates to life. You can get out here and manipulate people or not be concerned about the other person, or you can have a win-win in how you deal with and engage with people. But it's all up to you and what you want out of the situation. So that's just an example, but like those are the things that are kind of on my mind as I'm trying to, teach them. But those things change depending on what I'm actually going through and what I'm actually experiencing and going through in my personal life, to be able to tell, to them. So it's the same way with you as far as, because I'm sure it's different when you had your daughter 6 years ago versus the things that you're trying to and that you want to teach her now. Like, what does that look like as far as your daughter, as far as your new mindset? Like, what are you trying to teach her right now?
It's so crazy. One of the things, my family, my mother and dad my mom and dad are still married. They've been married for 39 years. Okay. So one of the things that, and you gotta get that out your head, because then you'll still stay in a toxic situation. I was like, man, my daughter, I cheated her because I'm divorced. She has to be transferred from house to house,
Yeah.
With my daughter right now, man, I honestly, first of all, I always knew I was gonna have a daughter. I was like, I'm gonna have a daughter. I was like, I have a daughter. But with my daughter, what I learned to me is I can't control anything she's gonna do when she gets older. Because you always hear people be like, you saying all that, but what about your daughter? And I'm like, why y'all always comparing what I'm doing to my daughter? Like, that's two different timelines. So What I try to teach my daughter is love. Honestly, love and more love. honestly. Like, and I think that's something that's the number one thing. Even when you have 2 sons, right?
I do.
When you have boys, you know, and you have girls, and people always like, oh, you got a girl, but nah, it's you can't. All we can do as parents. My mom and dad were great parents. When I turned 19, everything that they taught me went to shit. I was wild. I was doing a lot of things that they did not, you know. But while I was doing all of it, I remember in one incident that happened. I remember one incident where I was involved in a situation where me and my friends were shot at or whatever, and I remember just thinking like they will be hurt.
Yeah,
they'll be hurt because I'm bugging. I'm going too far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they did, and they don't deserve that. So, where with my daughter, I want to just love her to the point where she's like, my dad wouldn't approve of this. If I knew that in my mind, like she wouldn't approve of that. That's all I can do. So I just have to teach you, you know, your dad loves you. Your mom loves you. No matter what we going through, we love you. Right. Don't pay attention to our stuff. Yeah. My wife that went now, she loves you. Your new sister, your new brothers, they love you. And you have a family, you have a village of people that you can come to. Yeah. You know, no matter what you do, I'm gonna be proud of you. That you're trying to accomplish, I'm gonna be proud. Yeah. And whatever you do bad, don't hide it. Because your dad did a lot of stuff and is still doing it. So just love, man. Love and open. Being love and open. Yeah. It's really sick too. So it's like, you know, I'm saying this now, but it's like, you know, I remember when she was like, I didn't even want to hold her at 1-2 months. I was like, man, what is this? Like a rattle? Like, what is it? They don't do nothing. I was like, I want to rock one when she crawled. And then when she crawled, I was like, when she walked. And then when she walked, you know, and it's like one day out of nowhere, like she say, dad. And then like, I just feel like every summer or every birthday, I feel like she's saying less. And then for some reason, 3 days after her birthday, she's like, well, Dad, you know, I really don't, that doesn't interest me. I feel like we need to diversify everything that's going on in the situation. I'm like, yo, who are you? Why are you talking to me like this? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know, whatever, like that with your kids, like you like, yo, I could have sworn you couldn't put 2 words together. Why are you talking like this? You know, so.
I don't know. I think that particular experience, I have it more so now because now it's developmental. Like earlier in the year, I can watch YouTube videos of my son that they put on their channel, and I listen to him talk, and he sounds one way, and I listen to him talk now, and his voice is so much deeper. And I go like, whoa, that was just in 30 days, he went from that tone of voice to that tone of voice. Like, that's crazy, you know? So I don't know what it's gonna be like. Like my wife is pregnant now, and it's a girl.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You're the 3rd.
So, number 3.
Are we rooting for a girl? It's a girl?
No, it is. It's a girl. Yeah, it's a girl.
You complete. Yo, after that, everybody tattoos. That's it. You complete.
Tattoos.
Tie everybody tattoos. Like, hey, we got a girl. Yes!
So it's so interesting now about like what that's gonna be like. How is, you know, is it, because everybody always says, oh, once you get a girl, that makes you soft and da-da-da-da. But I've always been the emotional talker, like, let's talk about things and let's get it. That's always been me. So I don't think that's going to change, but I'm interested in figuring out what that's going to look like. I know the dynamics going to be different. Now I'll be a girl dad, so let's see, da-da-da-da-da. So
you know what it is?
I mean, I'm here for it.
I don't know what it is about men. Like, I be like, cause I don't have sons, but I be feel like men be like with their sons, they be like, hey, shut up, 2 years, pop, head over the skull. Like, yeah, whatever, go stick whatever you want in the socket. You're a man, you'll be all right. You know, with a little girl, it's like, you're like, you know, that's your diamond. You know, I just, like, if I have a boy, I'd be the same way. You know, but because like, cause this is my first and last. I don't want like I had 2 kids in the previous one. I mean, you know, that was hurt, like, but you know, so this like I feel like I'm mature enough for her. Right. You get what I'm saying? I'm not mature to have it anymore. So it's like, I'm like, nah, it's because my lady asked me, so you sure? I'm like, I'm good. Like, because my daughter is, like, I'm enjoying watching her growth. And it's just like, I don't, like, I'm over, I don't even want a baby. I didn't want to, like, it's just too much. They don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I like my daughter where she's at now. She's at the stage she's at now, and just who she is. So, but I will say, like, she gets over, you know, her dad. So it's gonna be. Trust me, you gonna be, your son's gonna be like, yo, you getting soft, because we.
They gonna tell me.
You told us we couldn't have no more macaroni. Not only you giving her macaroni, but you giving her extra cheese. Yo, Dad, yo, you wild out here. Your Instagram post is gonna be different. You're gonna be like, my precious Jim. Your dad gonna be like, yo, you call us a rock, Dad? That's your gym? So we was a crushed around the gym, huh? All right, we see how you doing. We see how you doing.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, dog.
But you gotta do a hair. Wait till your lady not home one weekend, and you gotta put your daughter's hair in bun. Wait for that.
No. See, here's the thing. I want to do that. Like, I'm looking for my boys. They got hair, so I'm in their head. Like, hey, you gotta detangle this, bro. You gonna have this hair. It needs to look right. Like, you just out here. If you're not gonna take care of it, I'm gonna cut it off.
You gotta have a loose string. Your son ain't gonna be like, come on, Dad. You need to tighten this. A little girl, let me tell you, my daughter be like, Dad, really? Like, go to YouTube.
Really?
And fix this.
Is it 3 baby mamas? Is it 1 baby? Like, what are we talking about?
You know, it's funny you ask that because people never ask me to go in depth, right? They never go in depth. I'm going to go in depth and I'm going to be honest. So it's actually a total of 4 baby mamas. My wife being the one.
Okay.
Go in depth. So I'm going to go in depth. So 3 baby mamas with my wife being the 4th one.
Okay, so first of all, what happened? Like, Brandon, like, what's happening?